Rider is ready. Watch the gate.
Welcome to round number 2 of the UCI BMX Supercross circuit, brought from you in beautiful Santiago del Estero in South America. We're right in the beginning of Elite Men's Practice A. That's going to be the hot shots of the UCI BMX Supercross Tour. We've got a lot of stuff going down here, and it's so excited for our first visit to South America. We're going to get with you a few insights from the track designer, Tom Ritzenthaler, as well as the event organizer, Johan Lindstrom, in a few moments. But right now, we'll give you a quick pan of this beautiful track here in South America. As you can see, this is a permanent facility, 2 gates. Let the little rippers go out, try this track. They have 2 sections, as you'll see, which will be for the elite men, and the elite women will go in those split courses. As we said, right now, gate practice just started up for the elite men, so they're still working their time around the track. They've only been on the track here for about 15 minutes, so they're getting used to things, but this is our time to let the fans see what is going on day 1 of the UCI BMX Supercross circuit from South America. So without further ado, we'll get the inside scoop right now from the head man himself, Johan Lindstrom. He's going to give you some insight on what it was like to bring the Supercross series to South America for the first time. And here he is. Johan, another awesome, beautiful Supercross, but tell us about this one. It's really special for our first time down in South America.
Yeah, you know what, obviously we've been here before. BMX is big, and we've been here with the World Championships, last time back in 2006. But for the World Cup, it's been a long time coming. And I mean, we're obviously very excited to be here. And the local crew here, the local promoters, done an amazing job with the facility, as you can see. And yeah, I think it's going to be fun. It's a fun weekend, and we even have a pretty good crowd here on practice day, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I was just going to note, it's Thursday, and if you look around, the stands are pretty full already, so that's a great indication of the weekend of racing. The weather's perfect. So tell us a little bit how the race was able to come down here.
Well, we did a visit here last year because we heard they were interested in bringing a World Cup. Obviously, we wanted to see the facility and what this city can bring to the World Cup. We were very positive what we saw. Obviously, a lot of work had to be done. So everything you see around here, all the green grass, all the asphalt and concrete, the whole venue here is dressed up like prom night. So it's great, and they did everything they could. And no, I think everybody's a little bit surprised to get here. It's kind of difficult to get here, but once you're here, it's a great little city, and obviously the facility is great. So. No, it's good. It's good. So, and we're going to be here next year too, as well. And you know, hopefully, we can build on our presence down in South America, leading up to the Rio Games in 2016.
So that's awesome to hear, Johan. Thanks so much once again for your hard work and efforts to get the race down here. Any last things you'd like to say to the fans?
No, I think I hope you guys stay tuned. I think we're going to have some great live coverage on Saturday, and we're going to see some great racing here. And it's not going to be easy to predict the winners here. It's a fast track, it's wide open. It's going to be fun.
All right, well, thanks so much, Johan.
Thanks, Pete.
So there you get it, fans. That's how we got down here. But when we are here, you know, it takes a long time to get these races coming, to get along. Someone's got to be down here. This, at one point, as you can imagine, was a flat piece of land. And it takes a lot of visionaries to come out here to make something. But the head visionary from Elite Tracks, that would be Thomas Ritzenthaler. Everyone likes to call him Tom Ritz, but you know, we go back. Let's get the insight from Tom. Tom, as we just said to the fans, at one point this was a flat piece of land. So what was it like to come down here, and as it is at every stop, to build a Supercross track, and then this one is a permanent track with those 2 ramps and basically 2 separate tracks. So let us know what it was like to come down here.
Well, when I first came down here, it was 51 degrees. That's Celsius, not Fahrenheit, and blazing hot. There used to be an old club BMX track here, but they had some issues with it. It was small, and they wanted something big and wanted to develop the athletes, so they hired me in to come in and build this place for them. And when I got here, the 2 concrete starting hills were in place, and I was like, holy cow, that thing's amazing looking, you know? And everything just fell right into place. I mean, they brought my Bobcat in from 14 hours away, my loader in from 6 hours away, and they brought me everything I needed, you know? I mean, whatever we needed, they supplied it. They didn't know the word no.
So we've got a chance quickly to pan through the track, but describe the track, what the elite men riders are going to be riding on this weekend.
Well, It's funny because when I first built the course, we built it big. You know, our traditional Supercross second straightaway, 8.5 meters, 9.5 meter lengths. They were mad at me here because we had 12 and 13-year-olds jumping it because these kids down here are fearless. So I came back in January and made the jumps even bigger. So now we're talking 950, 10 meters, 10.5 meters into the corner. So they got a really good straightaway in the second straight that they can charge, they can have fun with. Who knows, we might even see somebody doing a trick over it now and then, you know. First straightaway is traditional straight, just all horsepower, kind of like similar to Copenhagen, except without the big drop off on the back going in the first turn. Rhythm section, it's a small looking rhythm section, but yet you can see multiple lines to it, and that's what we like to see. You know, the third straight is going to be, I think, a lot of good action going on. Last straightaway, when I built the course, some people were going to London, so they wanted to have the last straightaway for training. So that's what we built here.
So that seems to be a new feature that you've been adding. It's really technical. The technical third straightaway has always been there, but now the last straightaway. And at first people were, you know, saying, "Oh, I'm tired," but now a lot of people love that because it's another deciding factor on who's actually really fit as well as having the skills. So with this track here, from what you know from building it, where do you think we're going to see the most passing happen, if any?
You know, it's going to be, I'm thinking pretty much everywhere. It's going to be mainly in the corners, like usual, but I think, you know, with the horsepower first straight, you're going to see the technical riders catch up in the third straight. We're going to have some good action in the last corner. Down the last straightaway, a good drag race.
So other than that, Tom, I'd like to say thanks. I know the riders, you know, the polite way to say this is every race there's something. This race, everyone's excited. People are so happy that they made the trip down here. The track's awesome, and they all expect some great racing, so thanks.
Oh, yeah, I mean, here, the fans and everybody here are going to be wonderful for this event. It's just going to make the riders feel like superstars like they are, you know?
Yeah, I know. I've been to Colombia a few times, and it's just one of the best experiences, and I'm glad that the Supercross has been able to come down here to see that as well. Yeah. So thanks, Tom. Any last words?
I would love to do a South American tour, Supercross tour. It would be awesome, I think, leading up for Brazil. All
right, you all heard that. All you go-getters out there in South America, get your pesos together. We're waiting for you to hold the next Supercross of 2013. So thank you, Tom. Yeah. All right, fans, so there you got it straight from Johan and Tom. As we said, we've got practice going on. A lot of riders here looking at what is to be one of the best tracks of 2013. It's the second track, but one of the best tracks of the Supercross history. A lot of people just love the way it's been riding already. And as you say, we have some riders out on track, getting their practice time in. And you can see how excited they are, cheering on for just practice. Perfect weather conditions. That's something you always look forward to. Last stop we had them because it was indoor. This time, the sun's out. I mean, I know it's May, but it feels like it's August. Beautiful. A little bit of a breeze just to get out there to whisk away the sweat from the riders as they get this track dialed in for this weekend's Supercross. Stop number 2, brought to you by a whole bunch of people. And I'm going to tell you who they are, because without them, you'd be probably looking at a Craigslist right now. I don't know what you'd be looking at, but you wouldn't be on BMX Live TV without the people from Promax, Box, Liat, GoPro, Oakley, Red Bull, Tioga, Chase Bicycles. Shimano is a sponsor of this local event here, and we have Free Gun as well, and a whole host of others that bring you each and every one of these events. As we said, tomorrow night we will have live, those super finals as you've come to grown and love. The top 16 men, the top 16 women, after their time trials, go into the super final. The super final then just narrows it down to the winner of the event, and that seeds them for the motos, the way things work out for the racing on Saturday. Then from Saturday, we'll have from the very first gate, from the very first moto, till after you're sprayed, the riders on the podium are sprayed in the eyes with champagne. From start to finish, we'll have all the live coverage for you on bmxlive.tv. So, as we said, usually we try to grab some of these riders out. The riders love this track so much, no one's stopping. They're going straight from the finishing area back up to that gate to get in some of the hot laps on the hottest track in South America, Santiago del Estero, UCI BMX Supercross, stop number 2. So you get a bird's eye view from what it looks like at top of the gate. As we have riders loaded in, they're waiting for the gate call to get ready to practice a lap here around the track. So as you can see, it's a big layout track, so there's a lot of space, and it'll be real interesting to watch that race action when we get all the cameras set up tomorrow, even just for the super finals, as well as Saturday night for the live racing action. But it's going to be some interesting racing. A lot of big names are here. Liam Phillips, last stops winner. Sinead Reed's here, last stops winner for elite men and women. So it's going to be great to see them carry on, see how their season goes. But you got other guys like Connor Fields who are here. He's looking to make himself known. Twan Von Gent, who's always strong on the Supercross circuit. Donnie Robinson, who's been a staple from day one. Barry Nobles is back, as well as a strong French team, the full Dutch team, as well as a lot, of course, South American riders that we expect to see some of those guys kind of come out of nowhere as far as on the international scene and make a splash. But you've got also statesmen, new riders that have been solidified their marks in Supercross already, like Anthony Dean, who made the event final in Manchester, who's going to be coming out here trying to continue that success, as well as the elite women's. It's anyone's guess. Like we said, Sinead Reed's here, Mariana Pajon, the Olympic champion, as well as a superstar fan down here in South America is here, Brooke Crane, Ariel Martin. We have a slew, Lawrence Mulder. So there's a lot of the top women here as well. So it'll be interesting to see the race action once we get things going on Saturday night. As we said, tomorrow night you can watch that super final time trials, as well as you can follow live results during the broadcast, during the actual time trials. It's bmx-results.com. In Manchester, we had a little bit of an issue with up the live feed, but there's a link on there that has live timing and scoring that'll tell you the stuff that's going on during the regular time trial leading up to that super final. And then during the super final, you also have the times, and then as well, you can get the times on that during the race action. But as we said, right now, you can see coming out of turn 2, we have a couple of riders who feel they've got the track dialed already. So we'll see how that works out for them. That seems like a USA parade lap with Connor Fields, Justin Posey, Jared Garcia, those three guys, taking a look at that third straightaway as they get ready for the incredible race action that you're going to see here live on BMX Live TV. And we've got somebody else that we'd love to introduce the fans. So you hear a lot about him. He's from here in the South America vicinity, Colombia's finest. That would be Mr. Herman Medinez. Herman, tell the fans in your native language what to expect from the racing this weekend.
Bueno, yo creo que va a ser una competencia interesante. Hay muchos, digamos, veteranos de los que ya han venido corriendo durante los últimos 4, 8 años incluso, pero hay otros chicos nuevos que van a dar que hablar en el futuro.
And I'd like to express to all our South American fans, and with your help, please let them know that we are so excited to be here. It's always a great time to come to South America. We mentioned before, Colombia is a beautiful place, open arms, but here, especially in Santiago de Estero, everyone's been open arms, so we want to tell the public here, thank you, so let them know from the bottom of our hearts, thanks for welcoming us so much.
Bueno, lo que quiere decir Pete es que desde el fondo del corazón todo el equipo de la UCI, todo el equipo de filmación de BMX Live.tv está muy agradecidos con la bienvenida que les han dado en Santiago del Estero, que adoran venir a Sudamérica, que les parece todo muy bonito, la gente muy amable, muy atenta, que quisieran seguir volviendo y especialmente todos los países como Colombia que siempre los han recibido muy bien, al igual que Argentina.
That sure was a mouthful, but as we said, we love the fans down here. The fans love BMX. We want to thank you for what you've done to help contribute to the program, working with some of the best riders out of South America, and we look forward to a great weekend of racing.
You want me to say that in Spanish?
No.
Okay.
Let your English fans know.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm really grateful to be here again with the team. We have a really good and strong team here, like 23 riders, junior, elites, women and men. So we're sure we're going to have a good racing. And we love you guys to be here, to be on the internet, and we look forward to have a good weekend.
All right, well, thank you so much, Herman. All right, so now, fans, we know you came to watch racing. You came to see who the stars of the sport are. It doesn't get much bigger than the next few guys that we got here. That rainbow fancy shirt, that's from winning the World Championship time trials, and that's who we have with us right now. Elite man, Connor Fields from the United States of America. Connor, you got to ride the track a little bit. Tell us what it's like to be on it.
Yeah, this track's great. Totally different than Manchester. This is one of those tracks where you can just pull the throttle back and let it go wide open the whole way around, and that's my favorite kind of racing. You know, no stop start, just full speed, and you can really do that out here. It's nice and smooth and fast, and it should make for some good racing.
So the fans are really excited to see this wide open racing. Where do you think if you know now, or I know you don't want to give any secrets out, but where do you expect to see any of the pass action going on the track?
You know, there's a a lot of areas around this track where you can make a mistake if you get a little bit greedy or if you overcompensate a little bit. So I think there's a lot of passes will be just people that make small mistakes, and then the person behind them is nice and smooth, they'll just go right by them.
You know, last time what the fans, one of the big features the fans liked on our Thursday show was you got to show them your bike. So we have some new viewers in, so why don't you give a quick rundown of your Supercross race machine for them?
Yeah, this is my Chase BMX Pro Rider Series 1.0. I got 1.75 Tioga tires front and back, stealth hubs, won't ride anything but the stealth. The 11 Connorfield Signature Pro Edition, handlebars and forks, Shimano parts, pretty standard, 4416, 180s, and got the monster helmet, rainbow jersey.
Well, that's what you're going to need. And kids, if you want to be a pro in BMX, you're looking at one of the top riders as well as one of the biggest professionals on the sports series. Thanks so much for stopping by, Connor. Good luck this weekend.
Yeah, and thank you, Pete. You do a great job.
I try, and it's easy with riders like you. So next up, we got Pawampcon, Alabama, someplace in Alabama nobody's heard of's finest, now living in another one of the hot spots of the world, Menifee or Temecula, California. That would be Bad Barry Nobles. That's not his nickname, but we're not going to try to make it stick like ABA Moto Sheets. So, Barry, tell us about the track.
First of all, I want to say I like the enthusiasm you have, Pete. It's good to get some energy here. I like
The
it.
South American fans just bring out the best in everyone. These people, it's Thursday, it's practice, and look at the stands, it's full. So we're excited about that. We want to bring that excitement right into your homes. Laptop, that's a 3D. We're next year working on 3D, but so tell us about the track. Nobody cares about me, but thank you.
It's good, man. I'm really enjoying it. Like, you don't really have to back off for anything. Like, you just full throttle all the way around. There's a few steep lips that you really got to kind of scrub a little harder, but yeah, all in all, like, I'm pretty pumped on the track. I mean, yeah, no complaints at all. Like, it's super smooth. They put probably way too much soil tack on it, but it's rad though. Like, it couldn't be any better. Great conditions.
So for you internet bullies, you heard this guy. He's an internet bully at times, in a good way though. He's always looking out for the sport. No complaints. Best track ever. I think that's what I heard.
That's what you heard.
Okay, so we've been talking to the fans. You know, last in Manchester, one of the interesting things that we got to show is everybody wants to see what bike you race, if your bike's any different from traditional USA BMX style racing or to the World Cups. Is there anything different that you do?
Not really. I mean, this bike's pretty stock. I mean, everything you can get from anywhere. I got the carbon forks. Like, DK sells a complete bike that's pretty similar. Just they don't have carbon, of course. But yeah, I mean, take a look.
That bike is pretty all right. Purple and green. That's one of those pretty color combos that we love to see. Matches the USA red, white, and blue so well. And then tell us about your custom painted helmet, because I've heard you've opened a paint shop out there in Temecula or Menifee.
Yeah, it's called Spray Can Customs. But no, this is actually my trials helmet, and my new fly racing helmet didn't get here on time, so I had to pull this one off the shelf from trials to match the USA jersey. Everything else is green and black, so yeah, just painted this bad boy up for Olympic trials a few months ago. And
that looks pretty fancy, and that nice little bling on top, that GoPro camera for the fans, so they can get a bird's eye view. They'll see tomorrow during our live webcast of the Super Finals of your point of view of how it's like to go around this track. So we'll let you get back out there. Thanks for stopping by, and good luck this weekend.
see you guys.
So as you heard, Barry's opened up his paint shop. I think his first customer was Mark Willers. Got a fender or something painted for his bobber motorcycle out there. So next up, we have one of the top riders from South America. He's going to come over here. You might recognize him from that main event from Manchester, as he was up there on the gate with the world's top riders. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good. So tell the fans in English, and then we'll have them tell in Spanish how the track is for you.
The track is very nice. The gate, I like so much the gate. First straight, and the procession is nice. The wind is a little bit hard now, but I think the main event is gonna be very, very good.
Okay, now do that Spanish for your fans.
La pista está muy linda. Muchas felicitaciones a Argentina, porque vão hacer um espetáculo muito grande aqui. A estrutura está fantástica, a pista, o gate, tudo em volta da pista está muito perfeito. Felicitaciones, Argentina.
So speaking of main events, talk about Manchester. I'm sure it was a pretty exciting race for you.
Oh, in Manchester, I did one dream. I felt very happy because my first time on the main event, and I can't believe it because I don't have BMX Supercross track in Brazil. I training on track good, but don't have the big jump and the gate. But I think the Manchester I did very good.
So it was exciting for us to see. We actually had our commentating booth right next to a lot of the Brazilian team riders, and I know the love they gave you throughout the day was awesome. But what's it going to be like here to race in South America for a Supercross for the first time?
Yeah, it's very good for everybody here because the first time, and I think now it's gonna be the South America is gonna be more faster and faster. I wait the one BMX track in Brazil.
All right. Well, thanks so much. Good luck this weekend. We hope to see you in that main event once again.
Oh,
I want to say to your fans? English or Spanish?
Em português.
Or Portuguese.
Aí, galera, estamos aqui representando o Brasil. Espero fazer uma boa corrida. Conto com a torcida de todos. Vamos lá, hein? Se Deus quiser, na final de novo. Valeu.
And one last thing. Let's get a quick look at his bike that he's racing here on the Supercross circuit. Be out there, fans. When you watch on Thursday and Friday, Saturday, thanks so much, Ronaldo. Look for number 500, Ronaldo Rezende. He's one to surprise a lot that watch Manchester, but he's been riding super strong on the Supercross circuit all last year. Like we said, his first main event was in Manchester. Awesome to see. The next rider we have, someone that's no stranger to the Supercross circuit. Main events, crashes, great tracks, wind. How are you liking it out here in Santiago del Estero?
I think it's really awesome to be here. You know, Argentina has something different. We all saw that in the last couple of days, but it's awesome. The weather is great. The track is really good. It's definitely a racetrack, so I like it, and I'm looking forward to the racing. Yeah.
So, coming down here for the first time, have you experienced anything a little bit different coming to a Supercross race?
The traveling. We flew into a little airport, I don't even know the name, and then we had a drive, and it was about 60 kilometers, and it took us almost 3 hours. So that was a hell of a ride, but it was fun, and we saw something of the how do you call it? The surrounding areas and stuff. So it's fun, yeah.
Yeah, the local culture is a little bit interesting. We hope to get some of that footage to you. It's a little bit of a throwback, but you know, it's a refreshing view. You know, there's horse-pulled donkeys. I'm not sure how many of those you see, or donkey-pulled carts walking around. I don't know how many you'd see those in the Netherlands, but it's pretty interesting.
None.
So you got to ride the track. What are your thoughts?
Like I said, it's definitely a racetrack. I mean, it's a wide open track. The second straight is a little bit big, and then the rest of the track is, like I said, it's a racetrack. So I think it's going to be tight racing, bars to bars, elbows to elbows, and hopefully I'll be out front.
Someone's not afraid to race bars to bars, elbows to elbows right here. Let's get a quick look at your new bike, because the fans love to see what you're racing here on the Supercross circuit. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's a new Dutch brand. We started racing it this year. I'm not fully, not all my parts are on there yet, but it's going to be built up with box parts, like the number plates and the bars. But it's definitely a good bike. We rode Redline for a couple of years, and now we're on Mabo. Like I said, it's a Dutch brand, and it rides awesome. So yeah.
Well, if it's anything like the riders from the Dutch land, you know it's a good bike. So thanks for stopping by. Good luck with the rest of the practice and the rest of the weekend. Okay. You know, our journey here each and every week is to bring you the world's best riders. We have one guy who's one of the world's best riders consistently for the past few years. That's going to be Joris Daudet from France. He loves the Supercross. He loves the fans. But we'll get the information straight from him about how he likes this track after riding a little bit. Joris, how are you, and welcome.
I'm good, thanks. The track is good, yeah, feeling good. I think it's different than last weekend in Manchester, or 2 weeks ago. I think it's going to be a better race and like more riding and more technical, so it's going to be good.
So coming from France, which isn't known for the sun a lot of times, especially early on in the year, what's it like to come down here to this beautiful land of sun and fans?
Yeah, it's really good. Maybe a little bit too hot for us because, yeah, we have still some snow in France, but it's good to have the sun and just the fun and everything is good here.
So one of the features that the fans really liked in Manchester, we showed some of the bikes, and I believe we showed yours, but let's get another view of your bike and tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I saw it's a new Speed Series carbon frame, so it's really good. I like it. I've been riding with it for like 3 months now, and I really love it. So I hope people are gonna love it, and yeah, it's good.
So it looked like it worked really well in Manchester. You had a great day. Going to that main event, it was crazy watching it go down. Looking back on it now, how did you like that weekend overall?
Yeah, Manchester was really good. Like, was the first race, so everybody was really excited to ride, and I think it was a good race. Like, yeah, I mean, like, maybe the final wasn't like I expected, but it was good. We had a good battle for the win, and it was good.
Well, that's what the Supercross is all about, bringing the world's best riders together. Don't let the number 2 fool you. I mean, that's pretty high, but this guy's had number 1 on his plate a lot of times, and at any given moment, one of the world's best riders. So thanks so much for stopping by, Joris. So, we got you some of the best riders out here. Practice, as we said, is going on. A lot of stuff. You've got it in. So don't forget, Thursday is today, right? Had to ask Corinne. Bringing you the beautiful pictures, picturesque scenery. Tomorrow, time trials and super finals. That's going to be live, the super finals. And like as we said, Saturday, all day, we're going to have race action for you. Live up from Santiago del Estero Supercross track. And you know what else? Like we said, we try to bring you these top riders. How can we forget? Just remember back into August, the Olympics in London. 3rd place. That's who we got with us. How are you today?
Good. Really, really happy to be here in Argentina. It's the first Supercross in Latin America. We feel like in home.
We've had some riders come here and translate a little bit in Portuguese and some in Spanish, but what would you like to say to your fans back home in Colombia and worldwide, in whatever language you care to speak it in?
Bueno, pues hablar en español, que es lo que me gusta, decirles que un saludo desde Argentina a todos los colombianos, a toda la gente de América que está presente viendo este gran evento. Para nosotros es un gran orgullo estar acá representando a toda Sudamérica y que nos sigan viendo y apoyando porque es importante para nosotros.
I'm pretty sure he said he wants to move to America because it's the greatest country. No, South America, a beautiful place. You live not so far, but pretty far from here. But what's it like now to race your first Supercross on your home continent?
But I think it's important for us because we feel like more in be part of this world, like this event in the UCI. We feel this is important because we have a lot of good riders in South America, and this kind of event will promote these skills, and we will have more Latin American guys riding in the next Supercross around the world.
That's awesome to hear, and I know a lot of them look up to you after those Olympics. I mean, that's got to be, I would think, the highlight of your BMX career, but how has your life changed over the last 10 months?
The 3 first months, it was incredible. Everyone want to know us and sign some teachers, some things. But now it's normal. Just training, be with my family, have some relation around with more people that I haven't tried before. But I think it's good. It's good to be like that.
Well, I know from watching it, it was a great race. I know you felt great at the end of the day, but it's a new season. So what are your goals for 2013? How can you top last year?
In the ranking in the World Championship, I want to be in the top 10 of the UCI Supercross and in the World Championship. For me, it's important to be in the top because I feel like that. I feel like I can do better this year and try to be better for the next Olympics.
All right, well, your next stop is here Saturday night. We look forward to watching your race.
Thank you very much. Just say to see us in livetv.com.
Okay, thanks so much. So there you go, fans. That is another interview. We'd love to show you the track one more time. All right, fans, so we will have the racing action for you to live tomorrow night with those super finals. And as we said, Saturday night from the starting gate to the award ceremony. Please tune in to BMX Live TV if you care about UCI BMX Supercross. Should be an interesting night. I'm Pete Deluski. Don't forget you can tweet in your questions during our show, answer it live on the air for you, and we look forward to you tuning in tomorrow and on Saturday night. Thanks a lot.
Riders ready, watch the gate.